महता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we study with energy and vigor, may our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om, peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita, non-dual, and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So this is our meditation on Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the secret, Gita Jnanam Samasritya Tribhuvanam Aham Palamayamaham. Bhagavan said in another place, instead of Lord I am saying Bhagavan. So Bhagavan said in one place that holding the knowledge that is expressed in Gita, I reign over the whole three worlds. So this is very important knowledge. That is why we need to approach it with one-pointed devotion and dedication. Then it will reveal the secret that it holds within. And it is representation of God himself. It's not a small thing. In this we find God has expressed about himself what is his real nature and what is the real nature of us and how that can be achieved. And ultimately we are to reach that highest goal. So this is very important scripture. That is why it is considered as one of the three main scriptures of Sanatana Dharma, the eternal religion, otherwise known as Hindu Dharma. But this is not limited, it is universal. Therefore, should not be confined within a name. This is the dharma that everyone should have. Sanatan, that's why it is called eternal religion. So, with this simple introduction, and let us, these are very important points, and we will be astonished to find Sri Ramakrishna also teaches the same thing. And in modern context. So that is why we can find how the same truth was revealed maybe 3 or 5 millenniums ago. The same truth is being expressed or have been expressed by Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. So the main point is, let us go with the text so it will be easier to comprehend. Now, we have a tendency. We have a tendency means we want to know what is easier. That's number one. Number two, what is good. The behind that idea is I want to follow that good one so that I am excellent or I am better than others. So this is inherent. It's not unnatural. Like we buy a car, we go for shopping and then we buy the best, and then we park in such a way that people also see it and never will feel, oh, he has a Tesla. So we feel proud. So we inquire, what is good? What is the best model that is available? But we want to be miserly also, We want to spend less money. So effort should be less. At the same time, it should be best so that it can be displayed. This is also, in the spiritual field also, it is this. Most of the time people fight over this. My religion is the best religion. My ism is the best ism. And others are worst, if not bad or worse. It is worst. Therefore, everybody should follow this religion. You can ask, why then, Swamiji, you are saying this is the best? No, we are not saying this is the best. We say, whatever you are following, Sri Ramakrishna is saying, whatever you are following, you follow that. Standing here, we cannot say that, Belmont road or street or Hawthorne is best for the person who lives the other side. It is not possible. For us, this is most convenient, but for others to reach the downtown, that will be the easier path. So this is universal. Because it accommodates all, that is why it is best. Okay. We don't say that you follow. Because it is this, universal, so you follow. No. Whatever is agreeable to you, you are free to follow that. So, so with this tendency that we want to have cheaper and the best. So, Bhagavan said in a very nice way, he said, he who does work for me alone and has me for his goal is devoted to me, is freed from attachment and bears enmity towards no creature. He entereth into me, O Pandava. So entereth, he enters into me. So, mat karma krit, mat paramo, who does my work? That means whatever work is doing, it is my work. When we take birth, we did not create this world. It was there. So everything, whatever we do, it is God's work. But what we think, no, this is mine. I am nija paroveti. Gadanam laghu chetasam. That means this is mine and that's others. This is small-minded, thinking of small mind. But Udara Charitananta, those who are liberated or whose mind is wide enough, they think that the whole world is mine. Mother said, don't think that anybody is alien. So all are our own. So this is universal. And whatever is universal, accommodating everybody, that's the best. We don't say this, follow this only. No. Whatever suits you, that's good. Go ahead. At least study. We cannot say a child who is studying in KG, kindergarten, for him or her, the course that is followed in graduation, that is best. We cannot say that. Whatever is best for you, go ahead. So this is the idea. So, Bhagavan says, he who does work for me alone, has me for his goal, is devoted to me. So devoted, and also he is free from attachment and bear enmity towards no creature. He entereth into me, O Pandava. Now, so on this, the question was asked. I'll go through very quickly. Those devotees who ever fast, ever steadfast, thus worship thee, and those also who worship the imperishable, the unmanifested, which of them are better versed in yoga. So which one is better? Etvaksharma nirdeshyam. So those who are worshipping that undefined truth, whatever is there, are they best, or other people who have devotion to you are the best? Those devotees who were steadfast, thus worship you. So Bhagavan very, very wisely he says, those who fixing their mind on me, worship me, ever steadfast and endowed with supreme Shraddha, they, in my opinion, are the best versed in yoga. He tells the same story, but in a wording, different wording. So fixing it in my mind. So whosoever will fix his or her mind in God, naturally, he will be dear. Like Bhagavan said that Name Deshwasti Napri Samoham Sarvabhuteshu. All bhutas, all are equal to me. Samoham Sarvabhuteshu. Name Deshwasti Napriya. Nobody is very dear to me, and neither they are hated by me. So, ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya. Those who are, say, like children, say a parent or a father or mother has say several children, say 5 children. Those who are very close to father will love. In general, he'll love everyone. But those who are very close, who will serve all the time, taking care of father or mother, naturally, the flow goes there. It's not hating others. So Bhagavan said the same thing. Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya teshu maite teshu chapyam. They are in me and I am in them. See, like science, we have several subjects. Whatever subject one tries to master, one becomes master of that. If somebody is pursuing, say, art, science may not be familiar with that person. So as simple as that. So, even Bhagavan said, Api chet suduracharo bhajate maam ananya bhag. Even the wrongdoers, if they worship me without any other thinking, they are very dear to me. I don't see all faults. The example is Girish Chandra Ghosh. Or say in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, Jagai Madhai. So in all time, even say in Christ's time, that Judas or anybody, Jesus did not hate anyone. Rather, he forgave all. So, why? Because they very quickly become sadhu. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashwachantim nigacchati. They become, say, a follower of good thoughts, good actions very quickly. So God has no a hatred or liking for anyone. As we worship, he worships like that. He who worships me in whatever way, ye yathamam prapaddante tangs tathaiva bhajamyam. Bhagavan said in other place. So for God, he is very dear or he is not dear, not like that. But since the question was there, so he has to say, but he will encapsulate his ideas in the same way. Okay, what about Sri Ramakrishna? Let us see. Sri Ramakrishna says, Master looking at him, there are two kinds of yogis, the revealed and the hidden. The householder may be a hidden yogi. None recognizes him. The householder should renounce mentally, not outwardly. So this is, like Sri Ramakrishna is saying, so we have to ponder, see how he says. Ram says, you talk as if you were consoling children. A householder may be a jnani, but never a vijnani, master. He may become a vijnani in the end, but it is not good to force oneself into renunciation. Mark it. Sri Ramakrishna says he may become a vijnani in the end, but it is not good to force oneself into renunciation. Now, Ram, Keshav Sen used to say, why do people go to him so much? One day he'll sting them and they will flee from him. Like in Bengali it's very nice. So, kutush kure kamra. Now he says, do this and do that. But one day he'll bite or sting. Then Sri Ramakrishna protects himself. He says, why should I sting people? I say to people, do this as well as that. Do your worldly duties and call on God as well. I don't ask them to renounce everything with a smile. One day Kesha was delivering a lecture. Now he is giving example. He said, O Lord, grant us that we may dive into the river of divine love and go straight to the ocean of Satchidananda. The ladies were seated behind the screen. I said to Keshav, how can you all dive once for all? Pointing to the ladies, I said, then what would happen to them? Every now and then you must return to dry land. You must dive and rise alternately. Keshav and others laughed. Okay. Hazra says to me, now another allegation. Sri Ramakrishna had to face lots of allegations. Hazra says to me, you love most those endowed with rajas, those who have great wealth and name and fame. If that is so, then why do I love people like Harish, Noto, and Latu Maharaj? Why do I love Naren? He cannot even afford salt to season his roast banana. But he's a Bhava Roga Vaidyam. He came to treat humanity who are suffering from disease. So he has to give the right kind of medicine to right kind of patient. Those who can take that. So like Narendranath, when he is instructing to Narendranath, he'll see, if nobody is there, then only he'll tell about renunciation. It's not for everybody. It cannot happen. It cannot be. Some requires, like children, they require love. Lalat Panchavarshani, 5 years we have to rear the child. Dashavarshani tadet. 10 years we have to chastise the child. But here it's forbidden. Then police will come. So, but that's why this is the difficulty nowadays. And then Prapteshu Shodash Varshani Putra Mitram Samacharit. As soon as the child enters into his or her youth, then one should behave friendly. This is age-old teaching. So, Sri Ramakrishna would give right medicine to right people. Otherwise, everybody cannot digest it. So Sri Ramakrishna would give, medicine. His medicine is simple. Master, people have different tastes. Besides, all have not the same fitness for spiritual life. Dr. Sarkar, how is that? Master, don't you know what difference in taste is? Some enjoy fish curry, some fried fish, some pickled fish, and again, some the rich dish of fish pilau. Then too, there is difference in fitness. I ask people to learn to shoot at a banana tree first, then at the wing of a lamb, and then at a flying bird. Master, for the Kali Yuga, the path of devotion described by Narada is best. Okay. Now another thing we see, sometimes some teaching is praised, like in Bhagavad Gita also you'll find. When in Jnana Yuga, Bhagavan says, Nahi jnani sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. There is nothing like jnana. Because it is pure, it is direct, it is immediate. So, another place, sarvam karmaklam partha jnane parisamapyate. If all actions end, lastly, the result is, it gets knowledge, attains knowledge. We also see, whatever we do, ultimately we know something, knowledge. So, Bhagavan is praising there. In Dhyana Yoga, tapasya adhiko yogi, jnani bhyopi matodhika. He's even excelling jnani, dhyani. So tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. Therefore you become a yogi. So it is not, those who live, say, in this Mount Tabor area, for them Hawthorne Boulevard is better to go. So he'll say, yes, this is good. But other side who say, oh yes, you live there. For you, that 26 is better. So this is not unusual. But what happens, people stick to it. Those who are Dvaitavadin, they are fighting with others. Advaitavadin or Vishishta Advaitavadin fighting each other. There is no need of such fight. So, why should I sting? No, that's so done. So he said, Master, for the Kali Yuga, the path of devotion is described by Narada is the best. So here, it is for common people. And when Narendra would come, he had one Ashtabakra, Gita or Samhita. So he would ask him to read. And there is all Advaita, Advaita, Advaita. So Narendra would say, this is all sacrilegious. Why you are asking me to read? So he said, don't worry, you read for me. So, because he was of that caliber. So this is na hi ninda ninditum pravartati api tu vidheyam stotum. Whatever sometimes, Shastra says something, no, this is not good, this is good. That means, okay, you follow that. So it is not to negate anything. Rather, it says, okay, those who are confident or akin to such things, okay, follow this. Swami Sri Ramakrishna also would say the same thing. So, nahi nindam ninditum pravartati api tu videyam stotum. So this is the idea. That's why as many faiths, so many paths. Jato mat, tato path. As many faiths, so many paths. So this is the idea. When nowadays it is easy, but still if you see the world, it is the fight that is going on, that my religion is the best, yours is not. So this is the one thing. So here also, I know the Vaishnavas, Shaktas, or like all kinds of sects, they fight with each other because of this. Dvaitavadin, Vishishtadvaitavadin, or this. But it is as simple as that. Whatever is easier for you, that can be followed by you. Now, we'll go quickly. But those also who worship the imperishable, the indefinable, the unmanifested, the omnipresent, the unthinkable, the unchangeable, the immovable and eternal, having subdued all the senses, even-minded, everywhere, engaged in the welfare of all beings, verily they reach only me, only myself. So first he is saying, but everybody cannot do that. For that he comes down. So there is a cause for that. The cause is nirvishesham. Nirvishesham means such nirvishesh you cannot define. So nirvishesham param brahma sakshat kartum anishvara. Those who are lower aspirants, they even cannot think about it. And it is beyond thoughts. So, ye mandaha. Manda means those who are weak stomach. Sri Ramakrishna, in the words of Sri Ramakrishna, that for them mother cooks whatever is easily digestible. So Sri Ramakrishna or Bhagavan Sri Krishna also cooked the same and easier digestible. So he said, Nirvishesham param brahma sakshat kartum anishvara ye mandaha te anukampyante shavishesha nirupane. For them, there must be shavishesha. We can see, we can serve, we can worship. So it is easier for them. So not to keep this in mind, that here when Bhagavan is praising bhakti, he is diminishing knowledge. No. And when Shankaracharya says, what is bhakti? Bhakti is moksha karan samagryam. That is the cause of freedom. Bhakti. Moksha karan samagryam, bhakti reva gariyasi. So bhakti is very important aspect of a spiritual aspirant. And what we do, if you mind and if you notice, when we go to the shrine, we offer pranam, close our eyes. What we do actually, we search our own real self within. Swaswarupa anusandhanam bhakti ritya vidhiyat. That's bhakti. That we search what is the reality that is within us. So this is very important. Those who says there is nothing, asanneva sabhavati. So if somebody says, asad brahmeti veda chet, pata nahi where God is, God does not exist. For them, they themselves becomes nothing, nobody's. But if you consider, yes, brahmeti chet veda, asti brahmeti chet veda, yes, there is something there within. As Sri Ramakrishna also said, there is something I feel there is something within. Every one of us feel that there is something within us. How can we negate that? Some people are there, they don't believe. I came in contact with one of them, and really, I lost my devotion to God in my student days. One communist. And I said, why? There is no need of God. Everything is running smoothly, and by that time I learnt a little science. So I could see the cause and effect, and that's running. What is the need of God? So it is there. Some people are there. Are they out of this world? No. God is manifesting in that form also. So asad brahmeti vedachet, those who think that there is no God, asanneva sabhavati. They become none. Nobody's. And asti brahmeti chet veda, those who think that there is something, I feel there is something, somebody. It is seeking. Naturally, what will happen? Santamenam tato vidirati. And they realize him, they achieve him, and they become that. So this is the purpose of our study. And what is that Brahman? Om Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam, truth. Jnanam, knowledge. So this truth is already within us. Satyam, Jnanam, knowledge is within us. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. And we have that feeling that we are infinite. When we see this world, we have that inkling that, yes, we are not limited. And even this huge world is conceived in our mind. Think about it. The whole world is conceived in our mind. How big is this? So, Sri Ramakrishna says very nicely, Bhakta's heart is bigger than God even. God has pervaded everywhere in this whole world. By 3 feet, that's a legend anyway. So anyway, God has pervaded everything. And a devotee conceives God within his heart. Therefore, a devotee is greater than God. See, the whole world is in our mind. Like we see our dream, the dream world is in our mind. Similarly, this whole world is in our mind. So therefore, this, the existence of God, sa brahma vidapnoti param satyam jnanam anantam brahma. So this is yo vihida. Now, where we can find him? Yo veda nihitam guhayam, who is residing in the cave of our heart, cave of our existence, center of our being. So he is there. Where to find out there? Anyway, let us go forward. So here one thing we have to keep in mind, that it is not to lower anything. Rather, those who cannot follow this, for them, easier way are said here. Greater is their trouble, whose minds are set on the unmanifested. Why I am saying all this? Because I was born in a Vaishnava family. And even when I went to Bangalore in a temple, they ghiraved me. Ghiraved means they came and they came to know that I am from Ramakrishna Mission. So they wanted to show that devotion is the best and knowledge is nothing, and you people are always harping knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. So they really encircled me and started arguing. So I was quoting Gita, but they would not listen. Wherever, they're blank. They will only tell whatever is Savishesh with, with some qualities and attributes. So anyway, greater is their trouble whose minds are set. So what I am saying, this is congenital. It's very difficult to come out of it. And the thought behind these ideas are that my religion is the best. My way is the best way. I am holier than thou. And it's very difficult to get rid of it. So what we say, okay, fine, go ahead. No problem. We are also that. We are also devotees. We are also Jnanis, whatever. This is the advantage of Sri Ramakrishna and Swamiji and Mother. We can be fit anywhere. So greater is their trouble, whose minds are set on the unmanifested. For the goal of the unmanifested is very hard for the embodied to reach. Yes, he'll talk logical. But in other place, he'll say, no, don't limit yourself. You grow out of that limitation. But those who worship me, resigning all actions in me, regarding me as the supreme goal, meditating on me with single-minded yoga, to those whose mind is set on me, verily I become erelong, O son of Pritha, the savior out of the ocean of the mortal samsara. So what is, see, everything is, mind is me, mano buddhim niveshaya, everything is soak in me, then what left? Then there are no two. So you'll see how the wordings he'll use, and then okay, the options also you can see. Now he says, Mayyeva manadasya mayi buddhim niveshaya. Niveshashya mayyeva atauddham na samshaya. Fix thy mind on me only. Place thy intellect in me. Thou shalt not doubt, no doubt, live in me hereafter. Same thing. So another way of saying this. Okay, now he says, now giving some concession. It's like if you go to insurance people, they'll do all the time like this. Okay, this is a package. If you don't agree to it, this is another package. So Bhagavan is really a wonderful marketing agent. Adhachittam samadhatam na shaknoshi mayistam. If you cannot fix your mind on me, then try. Abhyasa yogena. Tato mamichaptam dharanje. No problem. You try. And that assures us, yes, good. If you cannot give in one go installment, then okay, monthly we can do. But if you calculate, it's always greater. The insurance, if you go for insurance, if you pay one time, it's simple and easier and cheaper. But if it is prolonged monthly, then you'll calculate, I have paid double of what was the in one installment. So Bhagavan says, Abhyase api samarthosi mat karmo paramho. Even you cannot try, fine. Repeatedly practice. Then Abhyase apya samarthosi mat karmo paramho. Okay, do my work. That's why we say, okay, come and join in our karma yoga. That also is very difficult to do. So abhyase apya samarthosi mat karmo paramo bhavo. Madartham api karmani kurvan siddhim avapsasi. So if you do work for me, then also you'll achieve me. If also thou art unable to practice abhyasa means repeated, but here some people interpret it differently, I'll tell that. Athaitad apyasa, even if you cannot do that, if you cannot do my work, fine, no problem. You at least start. Mad yogam asritaha sarva karma phala tyagam. So how to do? You relinquish, renounce the fruits of action of yours. In another place, Bhagavan said, whatever you do, yat karoshi, yadashnashi, yat juhoshi, dadasi, yat tapaswasi kaunteya, tat kurushu andarpanam. Whatever you are doing, eating, just offer to me. So Bhagavan gives another option. So offer to me means you have to remember God. There is no let or hindrance. If thou art unable to do even this, then taking refuge in me, abandon the fruit of all action, being self-controlled. Being self-controlled. So control yourself. What happens? It's difficult to even offer the fruits of action. I want to enjoy. It is me. We forget God. Who is that God? So if asanneva sabhavati, if that is the case, then you become nobodies. If you go closer to God, God is closer to you. If you are not remembering Him, so how can you be a devotee? Now he compares in nutshell what he said. Sreyohi jnanam abhyasat. Jnana, knowledge, is better than abhyas, means repeated practice. Now what is this jnana and abhyasa? Abhyasa means repetition without proper understanding of what the truth really is. What is the divine really is? What is the characteristic? What is the signs and symptoms of that? So only abhyasa without proper knowledge of self or God. Ishvara Guru Atmaiti Tattva Bhed. So these are various names. When we say God, Ishvara, Guru, Atma, these are various names of the same entity. So, when one is doing practice, say meditation, say people sit down and meditating. What they are meditating? Nothing. Sitting quietly. No, that's not the way. So, Sreyohi Jnanam Abhyasat. Jnanam is knowledge, with some knowledge. But that knowledge may not be with the nididhyasana, contemplation. So that is Sreyohi Jnanam Abhyasat. Jnanat Dhyanam Vishishrit. So he is saying Abhyasa means repetition, but repetition without knowing the nature and reality of truth. So that's abhyas. Then jnana is better. So jnana, he has knowledge but no assimilation. And the jnanat dhyanam vishishate. So dhyana is better because there he knows what is truth and what is reality, at least theoretically, and he also meditates. That means he is trying to assimilate that. Atmanishchaya. So jnanam is Atmanishchaya. Whatever he has considered, what is the reality, what is the self. So dhyanam is with that Atmanishchaya plus his trying to concentrate there. So that's why dhyanam. Dhyanat karma phala tyagam. And karma phala tyaga is better because what you are doing, you are offering everything to God. If it is done properly. So that's why here the comparison is being said this way. Dhyanat karma phala tyagam, tyagat shantiranda anantaram. Immediately you will feel peace of mind. So this is the sequence. But here again I have to tell that nahi nindam ninditum pravartati api tu videyam stotum. It is not the sake of blaming or comparing something lower or higher. It is to instruct, okay, whatever you can do out of this, that's better. So, it's like buffet system. Whatever you like, you can pick and choose. So, there is no harm. You have to eat. And so God is so wonderful. He has opted everything for us. Everything is available for us. Now it is how best thing we take. If we gobble, like only on dessert or not dessert, that vegetable or salad. Some people eat only salad. Fine, go ahead. So, no problem. Now comes very important part. Now the qualities will be explained. Advishta sarvabhutanam maitraha karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha sukha kshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma drisha nishchaya mayyarpita manobuddhi yo madbhakta same priya. Now Bhagavan said, he is my dear friend, dear devotee. Who is my dear devotee? Now let us see. He who hates no creature. That's difficult. We have a list of enemy, list of friends. As soon as we open eyes or consider this world is there, we have this. And then the friendly and the friendly and compassionate towards all, who is free from the feelings of I and mine. Who is there? Free from I and mine. Even minded in pain and pleasure. Tell me one name. Forbearing, ever content, steady in meditation, self-controlled, and the possessed of firm conviction, with mind and intellect fixed on me. He who is thus devoted to me is dear to me. Now, is it all just a gimmick? No, not like that. It has a meaning. So first, Bhagavan says, he is dear to me, who will do this. So naturally it is a kind of marketing. No, mother says, if you do this, if you, after eating, if you put water in the dish, then you are a good boy. That means, it will be easier to mother to clean. And mother says, okay, good boy, get early and go to bed early. So all the kinds of things, it is to encourage. It's not bad. And this is carrot also, like that way. So if you get this, then if you do this, then you'll get this. It's incentive. So he is incentivizing, number one. Number two, this is very important, spiritual life. Very, very important. What is that? Sarvatraiva hi adhyatma shastre kritartha lakshanani yani. Whatever signs and symptoms are explained or mentioned in scriptures, they are very important. Why it is important? Tanyeva sadhanani upadikshante tanyani sadhanani upadikshante. So these are signs and symptoms which God is instructing us to follow. Why? Yatna sadhyatvat. This is to be practiced carefully, mindfully, with one-pointed devotion. It's not only gimmick. It's not only just a sweet-coated same pill. These are the things. Then only you become universal. So, Bhagavan says, Sarvatra, not only here. In the second chapter also Bhagavan said, what is the signs and symptoms of Dhira Purusha? The established in equanimity, whose mind are stable. So he said that there. Not only that, in 16 chapters he'll find, in other places also you'll find lots of such qualities are included. And not only here, not only in Gita, in all Shastras. So Sarvatra hi, Sarvatra means in all places, in Adhyatma Shastra. Here we are talking about Adhyatma Shastra, not others. Science may not mention this. Okay, if you do this, then it will get so much of money, or not that. But there, if I do with dedication, then I'll discover something, and then I'll get name and fame, and maybe a Nobel Prize or whatever. So we know instinctively there. But here Bhagavan is mentioning. Why? For yatna sadhyatva. To practice in one's own life. What are we are to do? We are to practice such things which uplifts us, which opens new vistas. Vista house, if you go there, and you can see a vast area. And actually, this vista, I was thinking, this is from, this is Sanskrit root, vistara, vistrut. So vista. So anyway, so what I'm saying, sarvatra vi adhyatma shastre kritartha lakshanani yani tanyeva sadhanani upadishyante. Those sadhana are preached. Yatna sadhyatva, so that an aspirant try to achieve those things. Yani yatna sadhyani sadhanani lakshanani cha bhavantitani. So whatever signs and symptoms one tries to attain it, in mature time, that will become natural to him. If you go to learn music, so teacher will say, okay, try this, sa, re, ga, ma, le, pa, dha, ni, sa. Then combination of that, recombination of that. And one day you can, I can sing. Then you are perfected. I mean, not in that, the highest cadre, but whatever. You can sing at least. Previously, oh no, I cannot sing. Oh, sorry. We'll say always. So, these are the signs and symptoms one should try to attain. That is why it is so important. And not only here, in all Shastras. Like Adveshta. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Maitraha karuna evacha. So, Adveshta means not to hate anyone. Why? Why should not I hate? Swamiji said, why should not I kill anyone if that benefits me? Because if you hate someone, you are hating yourself. That is why we should not hate. We should love everyone, every creature. Sometimes, we have pretext. Why should I hate? Swamiji, you don't know how bad this human being is. Even this, terrorist. Swamiji, how can you tell me to love terrorist? We have a friend whose neighbor makes sound, lots of sound. So, Swamiji, I want to kill him. So it is, the thinking is, what I like, the whole world should like that. That should not be the case. everybody follow you. So this is, this is, one should not follow. I mean, one should not do that. Adveshta sarvbhutana. And secondly, if you hate anyone, he or she may not know it, but you are bubbling within. So it will harm you first. And sometimes I was telling that gentleman, he would try to defend himself. Why he should hate him? Not killing, he says, I'd like to kill him. But that's extreme. But he hates, no doubt. It is because I like this, so it should be defended. And this so many decibel, it should not go beyond. If you go to India, you'll be so all the horns, all the vehicles are horn. They blow horn. You'll be, in few days you'll be crazy. Because here we don't see any honking. But there are all kinds of noise. So we are immune to that. When we go to India, we also get annoyed in the beginning, but then it becomes natural. So what I'm saying, in some places we can try to defend, but defending is not it should not be a cause. Rather, we have to see the reason behind. If I hate, I am limiting myself. And when I limit myself, how can I be universal? That is why one should not hate anyone. Adveshta sarvabhutanam. Like sometimes, say king. King has to do something. The other day a person asked a question. Holy Mother. All of a sudden, a feeling came out from Holy Mother, though it would not come naturally, because Holy Mother is such that she never hated anyone. But all of a sudden, that day it came out. How it can be seen. Something is prarabdha. We do something, and if that to be suffered out, it is better. So in some cases that happens. Even, Sri Ramakrishna was tortured by Hriday. So much that Sri Ramakrishna wanted to commit suicide. So much. But he never hated. And even like another was Hazra Mahashay. So he used to reverse the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. So what Sri Ramakrishna would say? To pray to Mother, if you like, you remain here, keep her here, or if as you like. And then Hriday had to go. So what happens in such a cases? It is better that aspirant should suffer it out. So things happen like this. In the case of a king, he has to chastise the wrongdoers. He has to. He has to see the faults there. For a teacher, he should see the faults of a student, but he should not harbor any hatred. It is for his own good. It's not the good of teacher. It's not good for the king. It is to maintain the social order that he has to punish a wrongdoer. But a devotee, like Sri Ramakrishna taught his famous story of hissing. As you know the story, a brahmachari was going somewhere, and then children said, "Please don't go that side because there is a ferocious snake." So don't worry. Then he gave a mantra, and the snake became very saintly. And after 1 year or so, brahmachari came again and came to know that, oh, it cannot come out. And then he asked to snake, "What happened to you?" Says, no, I don't eat much. Maybe that's why I'm weak. But he forgot that children one day whirled him and then threw, and that's why his bones were broken, and he could not come out of his own hole. He all forgot because he forgave everything. Then brahmachari could understand what happened. Then he said, I told you not to bite, but I never stopped you hissing. Sometime hissing may be required for householders. For monks, even hissing is also not permitted. Whatever comes, sahanam sarva bhutanam, sarva dukkhanam, apratikara purvakam, without any remedial step, one has to forbear all kinds of difficulties. Chinta vilap rahitam, even without lamentation. Sa titiksha nigaddate. That is the titiksha. One has to forbear. So for a monk it is different. But for a householder, sometimes you have to show your anger. Not hating from within. That's why Sri Ramakrishna said, for householders, they do it mentally. There are two kinds of yogis, the revealed and the hidden. The householder may be a hidden yogi. None recognizes him. The householder should renounce mentally, not outwardly. So this is what Sri Ramakrishna said. And here we are to understand from this perspective. So we'll stop here. So these are qualities that we are to try to inculcate in our lives. We'll go forward and we'll say our prayer, and then we'll continue in our studies. And really this is very, very revealing. And even it was taught maybe 5 millenniums or before 5. It was preached 5,000 years or whatever it may be. But this is still universal and relevant. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Harihi Om Tassat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. We'll continue our other classes on Thursdays, Vedanta Sara, and Fridays, Sri Sharada Devi and her divine play, and Bhagavad Gita, like this. Thank you.
Mama, take this name tag off of me. I can't use it anymore. Twilight time is too dark to see. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. They say everything can be replaced, that every distance is not near. So I remember every face of every man put me here. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be relieved. They say every man needs protection. They say that every man must fall, but I swear I'd see my reflection somewhere so high above these walls. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be relieved. Now yonder stands a man in this lonely crowd, a man who swears he's not to blame. All day long I hear him crying out so loud, just shouting out that he was framed. Yes, and I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Any day now, any day now, I shall be